Welcome back. We're still watching Daybreak on this 22nd day of October 2024. In studio I have Senator Dan Manzo, the Senator of Makueni County. Good morning, Senator.
Good morning.
Nelson Koech is the Member of Parliament for Belgut, but also Chairperson of the National Intelligence, Foreign Affairs, and Defense Committee. All those things put together. Very important committee. Good morning.
Good morning, Sam and viewers.
Njeri Maina, Member of Parliament for Kirinyaga County. Good morning.
Good morning, Sam.
Senator Dan Manzo, Senator of Tana River County. Good morning.
No, Senator Danson Mungatana.
Sorry, Danson Mungatana.
Hawezi pata kura huko.
He wouldn't get enough. Sorry about that. I was being asked to ask you what's the latest in Tana River, because we've been hearing of some chaos and violence.
Yes. Good morning, viewers. We have been having some challenges between two communities that live in our county.
Yeah.
But I've been there. In fact, I just came in last night, and we have managed with the district, the county security committee, together with elders who have come in, and more or less the situation is stabilized. In our place, we have a custom that we call in our language Mzee Jwakai, yani the old man of the middle. So if two communities are having issues, we appoint another community in the middle who will listen to both sides and the other and try and bring the people together. So what we have done, we have managed to achieve that. And at the same time, we have managed to get a peace caravan moving around. So those villages that were affected, we are talking to them, supporting that activity together with the people who, in fact, some of the victims were also part of the peace champions who are talking to people to create confidence and also to make sure the schools are opened, because some schools were affected. So, and then on the side of government, they have increased the number of personnel on the boots on the ground. So we are very, more or less, the situation is controlled.
Right.
But I have made this statement and I have made this appeal that peace is not development, okay? So our people should not feel that when we have peace, we have achieved something. No. Development is the roads, the schools, the inviting investors to come and put up factories and so on. So that is a basic thing that we must secure.
Right.
So we are in the process of securing that.
Okay.
And we thank God that so far, so good.
We've seen some of the leaders, including the county governor, accused. What are they doing about it?
Well, some of our leadership were arrested, and some were referred to the National Cohesion Commission. So I have attended to both, because as a senator, I'm obviously an interested person. And we've had discussions, and I think the meetings in the National Cohesion and Integrity Commission are very positive towards settlement, those things. But the DCI are still processing. Right. Although they released them, at the initial stages, nobody has been taken to court so far. But the DCI is still working on them. Okay. Yes.
All right. And you can only wish your county the best in resolving some of those situations, that peace may prevail, and the best in resolving some of those situations, that peace may prevail. And again, I don't know, Senator Manzo, if you had seen that tweet by Aden Duale about the closure of an entertainment joint in Nairobi over noise pollution. And I'm just wondering, where do you draw the line between county functions and national functions, especially those that you have a national department handling the same?
Although his ministry is supposed to deal with that general NEMA, that's a county function. And I think it's a high time, the county functions are determined and the national government functions. Although, a complaint can go to NEMA directly. Right. I think there's a need, because we have seen the county of Nairobi clashing with the national government. You saw the case of the city market, and that even became part of the debates in Parliament during the removal of the DP, that there was a county function, dealing with the market, and then vis-a-vis the national government, and when you have to move people. And the two governments must really work very closely for the benefit of the people. So if there is a sound problem and there is a report is made to NEMA or made to the minister directly,
right,
he's likely to give directions. But the cabinet secretary, Aden Duale, can be very intruding. So I believe...
what do you mean intruding?
It was for the benefit of the people. He takes quick action. Most probably somebody complained to him directly.
Okay.
And he's one fellow who can take very quick action without necessarily consulting or make the whole government move quickly to make sure that noise pollution is contained. And especially if you make a club near an estate, you will expect children are revising for exams, there is noise around. We must really classify where you must do these clubs,
okay,
and where you must do residential areas.
All right. So the post on X was that I have ordered the immediate closure of Faye's Bistro Club in Kilimani, Nairobi for noise violations. The NEMA Director General, accompanied by the NEMA Police Unit, is on site to enforce the closure. Let this serve as a stern warning to all clubs operating in residential areas, and that continue to play loud music will face the same action. This impunity will not be tolerated. As Schedule 4 of the Constitution, the functions and powers of the county are including number 3, control of air pollution, noise pollution, other public nuisances, and outdoor advertising. Njerimena, what do you think about that?
I think there are functions that still overlap. I think we still really haven't set apart everything that, or rather devolved to counties all the powers that they were supposed to exclusively execute. And what I believe is that in such instances, the national government and the county governments can work in conjunction to ensure that the law is adhered to, and that at the very least, because Nairobi is quite chaotic. If you just drive around Kilimani, you'll find a pub nearly everywhere blasting music, the next to residential area. So there's these issues that must be resolved in regard to ensuring that the law is adhered to, not who is really enforcing it. But I believe that there are functions that national government and county governments can both work together to ensure that they deliver.
Okay. All right. Senator Mungata, you want to...
No, we in the Senate, and Honorable Manzo will tell you, we have had a challenge of some of these, what we call sagas, the state corporations that are still in existence and carrying out functions that have already been devolved by the Constitution to the county. So, and this is a classical example. You find there's still a body at the national level, under the national ministry, and yet that function has specifically been devolved to the county government. We want people to realize that even some of these authorities, they need to be done away with, sincerely, because even when you look at some functions that are being carried out by corporations, national corporations that are doing agriculture, functions of agriculture, like ADC and so on.
Right.
Seriously speaking, if we are to follow the Constitution, these functions of agriculture have already been devolved. And going forward, I think we need to be honest with ourselves. Some of these corporations and the national authorities, they need to go. Let us give our governors the functions they are supposed to carry out. So for me, this is a clear...
What would that take?
I think we just need to dissolve these functions and give them to the governors. And we, as senators, are protectors of our counties. And in this particular case, for me, I would believe that it would be the function of Governor Sakaja to deal with noise pollution, not the national. Now, if he starts doing that, if Duale does that, will he also do for Tana River? Will he also do for Mombasa, Kisumu, and whatnot? I think this national body needs to work with the county government. And going forward, it should be folding off so that the constitution is obeyed.
Okay.
That function is for county government, and there's no wishing away that. So let us get rid of these national bodies that are doing functions that are supposed to be for county governments and give our governors that money. You know, NEMA is taking money that should have gone to our county government. When we are dividing the money between the national government and the counties, you know, they take money and they say we have functions to do at the national, but those functions are supposed to be carried by the counties. So we should be taking more money down to the counties. Right. And some of these bodies are the ones that are coolering this money. It should be going down to our governors, and our governors be empowered to do the functions that are constitutionally theirs. Wow. So I totally disagree with Duale.
All right.
And I think that, to be honest, let the governor do his function. Let the money that is supposed to go to the governors be given to the governors, and let the governors do their work. NEMA should work with the county government, or going forward it should be dissolved so that county governments do their work. That's my opinion.
Okay, all right, interesting. Now, Mheshimiwa Koech, I don't know what you think, because Senator Manzo raises an important question that part of the grounds of impeachment against Rigathi Gachagua was that he interfered with functions of the county. Never mind that allegation was not carried by the Senate. But what do you think when you have national level cabinet secretary executing what would appear, or speaking about what would appear to be a county function?
First, we must admit that we have a problem with noise pollution in Nairobi. I mean, many people have complained. Very few people will tell you that they sleep peacefully in this city because of noise pollution. It is something that we all must confront. Number two, what I saw is that on the night before, Honorable Duale issued instructions on the closure of the hotel, of the club rather, is a county CEC, was it CEC or CEO, who went there that night, with suppose that I saw on X, and actually tried to speak to them, to reduce the volume.
Right.
Because it was so loud. And he said the neighbors have called them, the neighbors are complaining, please switch off the music. That fell on deaf ears, and I don't know if they switched off, because on X it didn't actually get to that bit of if they did switch off or not. But the next day, the CS issued instructions. So in my view, they were working gently, because even the next day, when they went to shut down the place, it was the county officials and NEMA CEO was there on the next day with the county CEO. So in my view, there's really nothing that is overlapping there. They are all executing a mandate. We all agree that there was a problem. There's a lot of music around, and it was important that they both appear so that this could be shut down. And in all fairness, sometimes we try so much to look at all these overlapping roles, and that is where people avoid accountability.
So if you say it's overlapping, what is the role of the Ministry of Environment in regards to management of noise?
No, I'm saying that is what many people use to run away from accountability. But if anyone can fix it, why not? It even goes beyond that.
I mean, Mheshimiwa Koech, look, it's a county function in Schedule 4.
Absolutely.
And you're saying that the chief officer's instructions were ignored.
It is also a function of NEMA.
That's fine. Yeah. So where does CS Duale come in?
NEMA is a state department under the Ministry of Environment.
So where does CS Duale come in?
CS Duale is a minister.
Where does he come in? He's not the one that even licenses those joints. It's the county government.
Yeah, but as a CS, I mean, these are state corporations under you.
Does it matter to you that purely, like you're saying, chief officer's instructions were ignored?
Yes.
It should be the county team to enforce them.
What I don't really get, what is the issue here? I mean, a problem is here. First of all, and that is where I really have a problem. Because as a country, we want to look at everything in terms of who should have done it. And in the process, we lose the focus on exactly the problem that we have. And that is why we have so many issues. Today, let me ask you a question.
Yep.
If Honorable Duale will not have intervened, why then will Honorable Dale in future be accused of a situation probably like pollution of Nairobi River? Why should it be his problem? Why can't it be sorted out by many other people? Why can't it be sorted out by citizens? Someone must take responsibility. And even where you find that there's deficiency of people taking up responsibility, as a leader, by the way, we need to applaud
Mheshimiwa Koech,
Honorable C.S. Duale.
Nairobi River is not noise pollution, and Schedule 4 of the Constitution, let me just read Schedule 4 of the Constitution about the functions of the national government. It includes protection of the environment and natural resources with a view to establishing a durable and sustainable system of development, including in particular fishing, hunting, gathering, protection of animals, water protection, securing sufficient residual water, hydraulic engineering. So you would say Nairobi River falls under that, not noise pollution.
Yeah, but that is pollution is pollution. There is noise pollution.
It's very particular. I mean, it's very specific.
It's just the terms. I mean, this is noise.
No, it's not about terms.
The other one is pollution of the river.
Why would Schedule 4 under county functions speak about control of air pollution, noise pollution? Why is it specific if you want to say pollution is pollution?
Sam, there were two agencies that came to address this issue of the closure of the club. Number one, like I said before, and if you checked, there was the CEO of the Nairobi County who went the night before, actually the day of the noise, and the next day, the CEO of NEMA. I do not see anywhere where there is a complaint about the other one overstepping on their mandate. I think they could jointly were working together to sort out that issue. In my view, it is perfect. And I see no problem with it. Okay, no problem. Senator Manzo, do you agree?
Well, no, not really. You see, we must really follow the Constitution, and what is devolved must fully be implemented by the governors. And what is for national government? You know, national government's role, these devolved functions is thematical. It's not the implementation, it is the policy. And therefore, the Honorable Duale should stick to the policy and make sure that the policy implemented, let the county government implement its functions.
Okay. All right. And, of course, we'll continue to monitor that particular matter and others in terms of implementation of different functions by the two levels of government. I want us to take a short break. When we come back, we'll be talking about what's happening with the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua. He spoke on Sunday saying that he fears for his life. There has been assassination attempts 2 times, one in Kisumu, one in Nyeri. He also says that every security detail has been withdrawn, that he's now on his own. He also wants the president to allow him to leave. He says that he feels that his family is also facing threat. But on the same day, the High Court is expected to meet to consider some of the petitions filed before them, and there has been questions as to the procedure followed to forward some of those cases to the bench of 3 judges at a time that the Chief Justice, her communication has not been seen. After the break, stay tuned.